Assalamu alaikum, brother and sister. Welcome to another video of question answer of Dr. Zakir Naik of Ramadan. So let's watch and learn together.
As far as benefits, besides religious and spiritual benefits, there are various benefits of fasting. And as you rightly mentioned in the last interview discussed about religious and spiritual, there are other benefits which can be categorized into three different categories. Physical benefits of fasting, there are psychological benefits of fasting, as well as there are social benefits of fasting.
I see. Let's move on to the first category, the physical benefits. What exactly are the physical benefits of fasting?
Since fasting mainly involves in abstaining from food, drink, and sex from dawn up to sunset, here we realize that the stomach is the main organ of the body which has the maximum diseases, maximum ailments. That's why beloved Prophet Muhammad said. It's mentioned in Ibn Majah, volume number 4, hadith number 3349. Our beloved Prophet said that there is nothing better that a son of Adam can fill in the container with more evils than the stomach. It is sufficient for a man to be on his feet with a few morsels. But if he has to eat more, he can divide the stomach into three parts. 1/3 for the food, 1/3 for the drink, and 1/3 for his breath, or 1/3 for the air. So what we realize that the maximum diseases originate in the stomach because it's house for bacteria. And the food that we eat, it enters the stomach. From the stomach, it gets digested, goes into the intestinal tract. Then the food nutrients enter the bloodstream and then goes to almost all the different organs of the body. And we realize that the stomach is working continuously throughout the life. It never gets any rest. When we fast, this stomach, which is a very delicate organ, though it's very delicate, it is a very complicated organ. It's delicate, at the same time, it's very important. It keeps on working throughout the day. This organ, while we fast, when no food enters for several hours, it gets rest. And the toxins that are there in the body, they are removed, they are purged out. So fasting is a very good way that physically it's beneficial for the body, it removes all the toxins, and it helps in various diseases.
What about the psychological impacts upon the human psyche regarding fasting? I think that's very important.
As far as the psychological dimension is concerned, fasting helps in patience, forbearance, and perseverance. It helps a person to increase his self-control, his self-worth. It helps him to increase the self-reflexivity. Also, the self-training and discipline is improved. The main psychological benefit of fasting is the increase in patience and perseverance. And it can make a person who says, I cannot do, it can make him say, I can do. And fasting helps in the conditioning of the heart, body, mind, and soul. It improves the overall dimension of the human being. And fasting is a sort of training. It even helps in behavioral change. And changing a behavior is very difficult. A person who's used to a particular behavior, to change a person's behavior is very difficult. It is, as we say, that the best type of jihad is jihad fi nafs. That is, striving against your own soul. So to change the habits is one of the things which is most difficult, which fasting can do. And since jihad, that is going in the battlefield, is of utmost importance and required, if you cannot do jihad, if you cannot strive against your own soul, how can you strive against the enemy? So therefore, fasting helps in that dimension. That's the reason fasting was made fard before jihad. Fasting was made fard 15 years after Prophethood, in the 2nd Hijri. And next year, 1 year later, jihad was made fard. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first wanted to train and make the Muslims fit psychologically with the help of fasting. And then the qital part was made first, so psychologically it's very helpful. And normally, a human being, he eats 3 meals in a day. In a week, about 21 meals. Now that is changed, that behavioral pattern of eating is changed to 2 meals, light meal late in the evening, early night, and before dawn. So the whole pattern is changed, and this helps in various psychological aspects, the training. And today psychology they tell us that if you can control your hunger, you can control almost all your desires.
Actually, from the psychological aspect, myself, just to add something there, it was the fasting in the last week and a half of Ramadan which changed it for me. It changed my mind totally.
Alhamdulillah.
And that's what actually led me to taking the Shahada.
Alhamdulillah.
Basically. So, alhamdulillah. That's why I mentioned the psychological aspect, very important. On to the next question regarding the social impact of fasting. Are there any specific areas that you can shed light on for us today?
As far as the social impact is concerned, in fasting, the person realizes about the other human beings who are poor, who don't have food, who don't have shelter. And it makes us realize that how does it feel when a person is hungry? Many of us who are rich, who have no problem of eating food, when we fast, we realize how does it feel when a person is hungry. So our love and our care for the poor people increases. And furthermore, even we realize the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How many times do we really thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the food He has given us, for the water? Imagine the air that we get, that we breathe. How many times do we thank Allah for that? So the food, the water which Allah provides us, the rich people hardly their mind goes towards it, but while fasting they realize that. It helps them to care for the poor people. It also helps them in being generous with the other human beings, in sharing with other human beings. It also helps in forgiving other people's fault. So fasting helps the society in various ways. And furthermore, our beloved Prophet Muhammad said, it's mentioned in Sahih al-Jami, volume number 1, hadith number 896, the beloved Prophet said that if you have mercy on those on the earth, then those who are in the heaven, they will have mercy on you. That means if you are merciful to the other human beings, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have mercy on you. So this fasting, it helps us in building the society better. It helps us in being generous, helps us in being loving, in caring with the other human beings. And besides, not only the poor people, it helps us in being good with all the human beings. It helps us in being good with the family, helps us in being good with society. And many a time, we don't realize that we don't give enough time to our family, especially in the Western world. At least in fasting, you're with the family twice. And people make it a point that in fasting, at least they should do the suhoor with the family and at least break the fast with the family. So at least they are with the family twice in the day. So the bonding in the family increases. The family get together, the parents get more closer to children, especially in the Western world where this is neglected. As far as the society is concerned, it is very helpful in getting the society together. We many a time go to our neighbors. During iftar, we call our friends, call our neighbors. And the beloved Prophet Muhammad said, it's mentioned in Sahih Muslim, volume number 3, hadith number 5379. The Prophet said, whenever you're invited, do not refuse. So people invite each other during iftar, during the month of Ramadan. So it helps in getting the human beings closer to one another, whether it be the neighbors, whether it be the society at large. And it's also a very good time for self-improvement as well as doing islah and dawah. We meet people in the mosque. Many people who don't go to the mosque at the month of Ramadan, they come to the mosque. We meet them, we can chat with them, we go for tarawih. And this is the time we can do islah. We can do dawah to the non-Muslim. And as you rightly said, Ramadan was the month, the time we change your heart. And Allah gave you hidayah. This is very important. And that's why the beloved Prophet said, mentioned in Sunan Tirmidhi, hadith number 1924, that Allah bestows His mercy on those who themselves show mercy to others. again a Prophet says, and he continues in the hadith, that if you are merciful, the merciful will show mercy on you. And he further says that if you show mercy to those on earth, those in the heaven will show mercy to you. So fasting helps in building up the society and getting people closer to one another.
So brother and sister, I hope you will learn something special from this clip. Let me remind you that we are uploading the question answer videos of Dr. Zakir Naik about Ramadan. So if you are on our channel for the first time, so we recommend you to watch another videos, another parts regarding Ramadan. You will find different kind of question and answer about Ramadan by Dr. Zakir Naik. If you like the video, if you enjoy the video, so kindly share it with your friends and family members. Jazakallahu khair.